This is a Galaxy 98 VHP from my friend Armondo, and he's a local down here, Florida. This is what he's got. We gotta take the lid off. See, it was like that. So I took the lid off, and that's that right away. Get it down there with balloons. Okay, so whenever that happens, it's time for a set of 8. So these got to come off. We'll replace all 8 of those. Put it all back together. Usually that resistor will be burned. Doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad. You know what that resistor does? Let me back up a little bit. What we have in here is 2 amplifiers, really. Okay, there's an amplifier here and there's an amplifier here. The signal comes into this. We call it a combiner, but in this case, it's a splitter. So it splits the signal to these 2 input transformers, and that matches our impedance. All right, so now on one side, you got a little amplifier, and it comes to the output transformer, matches the impedance, brings it back up, and then they combine back together again. And on this combiner, back to one signal. The resistor here across each of those takes up the current from imbalance from one side to the other. So when this side blows up and that side keeps transmitting, if you kept trying to transmit, we'd usually burn out that resistor as well. So as soon as you see a burnt resistor in the middle of a combiner like that, whether you're looking in a linear amplifier or in a radio like this, you'll know that you've got some transistors bad, and one side's doing a lot more than the other. So that's what those resistors do. You always 100 ohm. It shows a 50 ohm on either side. So the circuit is supposed to help that other side if you bail out quick enough. The reason I'm replacing all 8 is not because I believe these are bad. I believe these are good. I want to put all 8 with the similar qualities. So ones that I purchase all at the same time from the same group, same batch. My best bet of getting them all to match well. So I just do all 8. I'm going to do that now. Okay, I got them all in, but sorry output on power. And I thought I saw a little poof over here, and then I remember one guy who reverse wired it. You see what happens here? You got a reverse protection tab here, you got a reverse protection there, you got one over here, and these guys shorted out to boot. But under here, there's one big long positive leg comes over this way, and there's one kind of shorter positive leg goes over this way. Because this one's longer, it acts as the weakest leg. So that trace, I'm guarantee you, when I pull this out, that trace is burned up. So there's no power to that side anymore. That's why we're getting the low power. And I think he reverse wired it. I think this is how it all started. Same as the other guy. Radio forensics always comes up with the answer. Wow, what a bitch this turned out to be. I have to take out all the hold downs to the transistors we just installed. Alright, but in doing so, I really had to come in sideways to get to these screws. I'm not going to be able to do that when I put them back in. They have to go in really tight. So now I got to take these feedback loop boards off again so that I could put proper torque to these when I put them back in. I was able to sneak them out sideways, but I can't sneak them in sideways. So yeah, all those got to come out. That's got to come off so you can get a good straight torque down, and then the 4 hold downs on the side, and then we're going to be able to flip it up a little bit. I forget the steps I had to do last week. You have to unsolder that coax too to be able to flip this board up. Okay, I just measured the diodes. This one's shorted, and there's the leg. See that open right there? It just peeled right up. As predicted, that leg couldn't handle the heat. Alright. We don't get under here too often. Let's give a nice video review of the bottom of this board. Although you don't need it as bad as most of the ones I do it on. I just checked CB Tricks, and there's good trace layout diagrams there. That's where I went to verify. I think it's this. And I went and looked and said, oh yeah, I think it is. And now we're looking and it is. Cool, we'll be back out of here in short. Let's talk about more radio forensics. Okay, you see how the leg, look at how that center leg right there. There we go, I lost it, back up. That center leg right there, see that? It's got a little crater in it. You know what that is? It's the bottom of the reverse protection die of the first one. I told you there's 3 up here. So that sucker was passing some serious current and melted the solder around its leg, and then it gave up, and that's when one of these guys, and then turned, you know, one thing after the next. But there's some more evidence that it was a reverse polarity position situation that caused it. And some of this is hard to do without a cameraman. I want to show you that this diode is shorted. And that means continuity. It would just give a little beep this way, but it's constant, so it's shorted. So we're going to replace that in the other 2. Okay, it's finished. Look at that 250 watt slug. Boom, 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 boom. That's right. Audio, check, check, check. Working 100% now. Audio, check, check, check. And I turned these gate voltages down. They were well over 4, so probably what caused it unstable. And we got it all set up. So, put it back together and do a tune-up report. I'll be back. Okay, we're all done now. Armondo, this is a Galaxy DX98 VHP. This is a repair report for Armondo in Florida. Just wanted to show you what we got. You've been following along with us. We replaced all those MOSFETs. Diodes. You see some insulators here. There's 3 or 4 insulators I replaced. They were all cracked. And of course, I couldn't leave it the way it was. Your audio limiters were wide open, and it was just awful. So we got it set up for the standard 6 to 60 watt dead key. If I go all the way to low, she's about 6. And all the way up, she's about 60. 250 watt slug, so all the way across the scale here is 250. That's 150, that's 200. Audio, check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio, check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio. A little upper side here. Audio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio, check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio.